on, everybody? It is Marbleguy, and welcome back, yes, back to all the circles. Yes, this is going to be number 8 out of, I guess, 139. That is a lot of circles that we're going to have to complete. I don't know how I'm ever going to get through all those. Plus the extras, by the way, which makes it 150-something if I do Auditory Breaker and Aerial Gleam along for the ride and all the ones like that. But we'll get there. But yeah, anyway, this is number 8, Retro Circles. Beat this a long time ago, rebeat this. We have the recording, but we're looking at it today, finally getting the video up. I like this level, so let's jump in and see what we remember, and then we'll get to our review. All right, so here we are at Retro Circles, everybody. Let's jump in and practice and just see what goes on. I do like this level because I think it looks very unique. It kind of reminds me of Endline, but Endline, of course, came way after. It's just interesting. They'll happen to be posted at the same time. But I think it's really simplistic in its deco, but very interesting in its deco because it takes advantage of kind of a lot of interesting line work, kind of very one color scheme. But I think it looks cool, and I think a lot of the movement in it is very nice. Obviously, it's joined the phase where everybody was using the 9 Circles remix to make their 9 Circles remix level. You'll see the beginning looks pretty nice, and then this ship part, and then, you know, ship part similar. You keep that same vibe with the structuring, but you have that nice wireframe look to it, which I think is really fun. And there's nothing too crazy about the ship. It kind of reminds me of like an easier 9 Circles ship, like literally similar gameplay, just less difficulty. And then you get the ball. The ball's pretty simple, though I will say one thing it does a lot is that it uses the orbs, and then it X's the orbs on some of them, but you have to use some of the X orbs still, which I think is interesting. So it could be a little confusing at first because you're like, I'm not supposed to use those orbs, they're X'd. But you are supposed to use those orbs because that's the double trick. So I thought that was interesting. It's a small thing, but it's a fun part of the level. The coins in this level are also relatively evident. I think that's probably why I got them, because I'm not usually a huge coin fiend. See, you hit this orb, and so far you're skipping the X's, but you're going to hit that X orb, right? So, yeah, and the ball flows pretty well, so I genuinely like it. And then this build-up is really fun. It's like really going a little extra, a lot of big drops in there to kind of reminiscent of 9 Circles. And then you have the wave. I think the wave when I first played this level was tough because of all the speed changes. And I love the glitch effect. Glitch effect adds, I guess, to the retro-y feel, trying to get that 8-bit feel, but I think the speed changes really caught me off guard when I first started playing this level because you can't see them and you don't really know where they're coming, and especially if you're trying to sight read or beat it quickly, it's hard to catch them. It makes it kind of a tricky easy demon, and then if you're newer to the game, it's just the speed changes are tough to remember exactly where they are, and it's so easy to just be going through the level 3 times speed, and then boom, I didn't even realize it got slow there. I totally forgot, and then you just clip the diamond. It's tough that way, but you know, it's a good practice for learning how to deal with speed changes and memorize where things are happening in the level so you know what your actual quick pattern should be. This level without speed changes would probably not even be a demon, or maybe like one of the easy demon circles, you know? So the wave is, you know, the gameplay's fine. It's nothing too crazy. It doesn't stand out in any way besides that it's like, you know, good circles, good gameplay. I will say this stands out to me because you don't see this a lot. Seems like a small detail. The structure here, like where the wave is, and see how the gap there is like a mini wave, maybe a little bit bigger than a mini wave's width that the mini wave can slip through at the top. I think that's interesting. I don't know why. I mean, the gap could have been 2 or 3 times as wide, and people would still just be holding to the roof because, I mean, why would you not in that part? There's no reason to not, but it's nice that it's like you just slip through that little gap. I just think it's cool. And I died. Bad place to pause. But yeah, I think it's interesting, and then otherwise, pretty simple. The end is also fun. These orbs can be a little tricky because you can miss out on some of those jumps if you hit those orbs too late, but otherwise, oh, that's Retro Circles. I'd probably give it, well, we'll toss it a bone. We'll toss it a 6 out of 9. I think that's pretty reasonable. It's just not like a level that's making me go crazy or even be like, man, yeah, Retro Circles. It's like, cool, Retro Circles. So that's it. Enjoy the completion, and we'll see you next time for more All the Circle.
Didn't it take you 1,000 attempts in practice?
I don't know how long it took in practice, but it took me like 2K, and I couldn't even do 80 to 100. But maybe I'm better. Maybe I'm better. Should I practice it before I end stream? Do you want me to do a practice run now?
You should.
When I'm better at GD?
What?
Yeah, you should.
Should I do one?
You just said how this is done 98.
Yeah,
Hey Marble,
What?
Marina said your singing isn't actually that bad.
She thinks my singing's kind of good?
Yeah, she says it's like the best.
She actually thinks I have a good singing voice? Or is she lying as
I don't know. Are you lying, Miranda?
No, I'm not lying.
So she actually thinks my singing voice is good.
T, why'd you say shut up? I'm
actually think your
helping. I'm
singing voice is
backing
good?
you up.
That's really nice. Thanks, Miranda. I
Oh, I
appreciate
want to be
it.
a dick to him.
Yes.
Yes, she does.
How am I being a
So
dick?
she's being on God though. She's not just making it up.
I don't
You try to
know,
get more
you-
volume.
You'll never know, because you'll
This is
never
like you
get
just saying
that.
this in more volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Does that mean that since he was trying to bribe you,
I've
that
never
she
done
gets
it
more
that way
volume
from
removed?
0.
Bribing me for volume means no volume for life.
Yeah, so I think she should have volume removed because she tried to bribe.
No. CJ? CJ. Marble guy? I will block you, Marble guy.
You block Marbleguy even though like I was the one who could give you more volume. Also, I beat Retro Circles. Thanks, Miranda. I
You're
beat
gonna
Retro
block her
Circles.
because she could give you more volume.
Miranda. I got all 3 coins on Retro Circles. How do you feel? White chocolate.